In this video, I will cover what NIO said and also talk about the short squeeze, gamma squeeze, what the price target is going forward, what the market is expecting for NIO stock price going forward, and boy, it is very bullish. Pay very close attention because NIO CEO just made a huge announcement that will ensure that sales explode even in 2026. You're not going to get this with any other channel, only on my channel. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, because this is very important information. And of course, NIO stock is exploding, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So what is that important information? NIO CEO has got a trick up his sleeve that is making everybody, order a ES8 right now. So this is absolutely crazy. This is, of course, what NIO is doing in response to the increase in purchase tax. And if you guys don't know, next year in 2026 in China, there will be a 5% increase in purchase tax from 10% to 15% for all vehicles under 300,000 RMB for new energy vehicles. So that affects NIO and affects Tesla, affects every new energy vehicle maker. Okay. And for those vehicles above 300,000 RMB, it's still just a 10% tax, and there's a small deduction, which is also very nice. But of course, what this has caused is, well, you want to buy the car this year, right? Before the tax increase, and of course before subsidies run out. So here's what NIO CEO had to say about this.
This year, the delivery pressure is certainly quite high. Looking at the current order situation from this perspective, we'll continue to support customer tax supplementation in most areas. We'll still open up this compensation moving forward.
Yeah, you heard that right. NIO will supplement, aka pay for the tax increase if you place your order in 2025. Now, they've done this before, and how it works is basically you lock in your order this year, and then next year there's a tax increase, 5% tax increase. NIO pays for that 5% tax increase. So you're able to still enjoy the cheaper price even though you're taking delivery of the car next year. And a lot of people have said, well, now you can buy a ES8 worry-free. You don't have to worry about taking delivery of the car this year and avoiding that increase in tax. Whereas if NIO didn't do this, what would happen is, because there's so much demand and so many orders, people will cancel their orders because of that tax increase and buy something else that they can take delivery before the end of this year. Now, NIO has done this back in 2022 when they just started deliveries of the ET5, but they couldn't ramp up in time and they were about to lose a lot of orders. And a lot of people just wanted to take delivery of the car before the subsidy ended in 2022. So what NIO did was, if you placed the order in 2022 and you took delivery in 2023, you would still get that subsidy, basically that discount, and essentially NIO is paying for that discount. Now this year, NIO said they're going to do that for the tax increase, but it's not clear if they're also going to do it for the subsidy. But I think they will also do it for the subsidy because they do not want to lose out those orders. Well, what this means for shareholders is that even if they can't deliver the cars in Q4, people will still hold on to their orders because they're still getting the same price if they take delivery of it next year. What this also means is that some people that are planning to buy the car next year can also place down their order right now in 2025 and be eligible to basically avoid those taxes, which is absolutely crazy. That's also going to help boost sales even further. So you're not going to see people canceling their ES8 orders because of the tax increase. In fact, there will be even more orders of the ES8 and other NIO vehicles because people want to take advantage of this. Now, on to the stock price. Holy crap, NIO is up 11.56% in Hong Kong, making new monthly highs in 2025. So this is absolutely crazy. All right, and we are essentially breaking out. We are super bullish. We are having a short squeeze, call it gamma squeeze, 11.66% right now. And on the US markets, NIO stock has officially broken above this downward channel, and this is extremely bullish. All right, this signals a trend reversal. The next part that we need to ensure that we are indeed reversing trend is to break above $7.7 a share. And if we break above that, then man, the rocket booster is on full throttle. We are blasting off. There's no turning back, guys. This is absolutely crazy. And we are now in the midst of a short squeeze. And guys, look at the short interest. All right, 191 million shares sold short according to Fintel. That's a lot of shorts that got to cover. And of course, there are more shorts piling on, more people that don't know what the hell's going on. And of course, they are going to be fuel to the fire as well. They will have to be eventually buyers and send the stock price even higher. That's like the perpetual short squeeze that we had back in 2020. All right, NIO stock went to 12, 13. People thought, oh my God, this is way too much, too expensive. Bam, we went even higher to 20, all right, 30, 40, 50, 60. It's a perpetual short squeeze. People think that it's the top, but you don't know it's the top. All right, so keep that in mind. What about the gamma squeeze? There's a whole lot of call option volume. We got to take a look at this. So of course, here we got the call options expiring this Friday, and let's look at the interest. Absolutely insane. 45,795 volume for the $7 strike calls. All right, and each call option is 100 shares. So you do the math. That's a whole lot of shares that are being traded. And people are extremely bullish. And that means that people are expecting NIO stock to be above $7 per share by the end of this week, which it is indeed. And what will happen, because there's so many people with the $7 call options, the market maker has to buy the stock to basically hedge against the stock going up, and that is adding more fuel to the fire. So 45,000 and then 25,000 for the $7.5 strike price, and 16,000 for the $8 strike price. So people are definitely expecting NIO stock to hold above 7 for this week, maybe even reach 7.5 by Friday. So yeah, absolutely crazy. But then if we look at the interest next week, so this is September 26th, look at the interest, the open interest, 10,000 for the $7 strike price, but then 11,800 volume for the $8 strike price. That means a lot of people are believing that NIO stock will be above $8 by the end of next week. All right, people are extremely bullish, and of course, if we get above $8, the market makers will have to buy the stock to hedge their, hedge their position essentially. So that's going to be more fuel to the fire. So that's how gamma squeeze works. And then if you look at January 16th, 2026, this is basically January next year. You have lots of option volume at the $8 strike price, $10 strike price as well. People are expecting NIO stock to be above 10 by 2026, early 2026, and you even have a lot of volume at the $17 strike price and $20 strike price. So some people are even expecting NIO stock to be $17 or $20 by January of next year. So very, very bullish price action, bullish volume. And then if you contrast that with the put volume, so this is for the options expiring this Friday. Not a lot of volume, all right? Only 5,000, 9,000 for the $6.5 strike price versus 45,000. Come on, right? That's a whole level of difference, all right? So people are a lot more bullish right now. There's huge momentum. And even for next week, all right, we got 11,000 for the $8 strike call, and then we have just 6,000 for the $6.5 strike put. So this is pretty interesting. People are very, very bullish. Market makers will have to hedge their positions, pushing the stock even higher. So this is very, very nice. Hang on to your seatbelts because we could be in for one of those rocket ship rides. And wow, yeah. And make sure you smash that like button, share this video with your friends, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.